Hey, friends! This time we're looking at Charro, a western from 1969, starring the king of rock and roll himself, Elvis Presley. Now, I don't know about you, but when I'm thinking of Charro, I'm thinking of this chick. Coochie Coochie Girl Charo, who was a guest star staple all over TV back in the day, doing her Coochie Coochie dance. Outside of that, she was a talented guitarist and singer. But who cares about that, am I right? Anyway, our story goes like this. Charo used to be part of this no-good gang, see? But then he quit, taking the leader's chick with him. Charo tried to go straight, but it's been hard for him. Anyway, the gang steals this here fancy gold-plated cannon from the Mexican government, and they want it back since it's some kind of war prize and a national treasure. So naturally, they're chasing the bad guys. Vince, leader of the gang, decides to pin the whole thing on Charo in order to get his revenge and give the gang time to escape with the pop gun. It all comes down to a showdown when Charo stands in for the sheriff, a friend of his in this local town, who gets shot by the no-good loony brother of Vince when he comes to town on a boozing spree. Charo quickly locks up Vince's loony brother in the local clink. Now there's a Rio Bravo situation as Vince threatens the whole town if the loony brother isn't released. Meanwhile, the chick is also in town running a saloon, and she and Charo rekindle their romance. Can Charo stop Vince and his gang of no-goods? Can he clear himself of the theft? And will he get his chick and go straight? In our cast, we have Elvis, of course. We also have Ina Balin as his love interest, Tracy. Balin appeared in The Greatest Story Ever Told, The Comancheros, The Patsy with Jerry Lewis, and From the Terrace. She did a lot of TV, too, appearing on everything from Ironside to Mannix, to Battlestar Galactica to Murder, She Wrote. She's even in an episode of The Ghostbusters, the live-action Saturday morning show by Filmation. That's the one that starred Forrest Tucker, Larry Storch, and a gorilla. Reportedly, she did a nude scene in Charro, where you see her getting out of a tub. But that was cut out of most prints. The one I saw just shows her from behind as she covers up. Darn it. Barbara Whirl is here as Sarah, wife of the town sheriff. She previously appeared with Elvis in 2 movies, Tickle Me and Harem Scarum. James B. Skinning from Hill Street Blues is Gunner, one of the baddies who works the cannon. And finally, we have Victor French from Little House on the Prairie and Highway to Heaven as the bad guy Vince, leader of the gang of crooks. He manages to bring the menace here fairly well. He could play heavy and bad as well as funny and light. One of those amazing character actors that started in the 1950s. Think Ernest Borgnine, Jack Klugman, Lee J. Cobb, Richard Dicehart, Martin Balsam, and many others. Too many to name. Just wide-ranging talents who could play anything from hard drama to pure comedy, easily moving from stage to film to television and back, over and over. We don't have those kind of actors today. But as for Charo, things didn't work out so well for the king. No. See, Elvis was looking for a project to reignite his acting career and prove he could really act. And he could. In his early pictures like Jailhouse Rock, you can see he really had it. He could have become a really good, solid actor. But this one didn't help. Elvis had seen the original script and figured a dark, gritty western was just the thing he needed. But when he got on set, he found that the script had been rewritten, and the movie was kind of bland. He couldn't do anything about it because he signed a contract, so he had to go through with it. Plus, he had to wear a beard, which he hated. Now, some of the original DNA is still there. There are tough moments and gritty scenes, but it's all been watered down. On top of that, fans of Elvis were disappointed because there's only one Elvis song, and he's singing that over the opening credits. So there weren't a slew of new Elvis songs in the movie like they were used to with all of his other ones. Director Charles Marquis Warren was an old hand at westerns, but a lot of his work here is sort of ho-hum. In fact, Charro is what I call a Saturday afternoon ho-hummer. The kind of movie TV stations would run on Saturday afternoon, and you watched it because nothing else was interesting. So, despite Elvis's best efforts and some interesting script elements, this one is kinda bland. It's not a fun and goofy ride like most Elvis movies, and it verges on being lightweight and derivative. But you have to give the movie a little credit. It's not dull, exactly. There are even some exciting action scenes and pyrotechnics, and Victor French is interesting. It's also interesting to see Elvis trying to break out of the box and try to play a little against type. So, all in all, I guess I'd give Charro 2 paws up. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.